Hey guys, Derek here. I know it may be a little late for this, but I just wanted to update you on something. As some of you already know, the Hero Mode trailer for Splatoon 2 dropped a while back, and I think this new mode looks awesome. I mean, the first story mode, in my opinion, was of all the games I've ever played, the easiest. One. Seriously though, I really only had trouble with a few of the levels, and I managed to get past them in a few tries. But back to the subject, this one seems to be more challenging than the original, because we have all these new bosses and enemies too, especially the new options. They look pretty sick. In terms of the storyline, though, I have been catching up on the Squid Sister stories, and now you know we're here to save Callie from the Nocturnes, which is a good storyline considering the fact that the Squid Sisters are one of the most popular characters in Splatoon. Well, anyways, thanks for watching, guys. Be sure to like, subscribe, and... Wait. Hold on, guys. I forgot one very crucial thing. At the end of the Hero Mode trailer, we saw something very interesting. Remember how in the Squid Sister stories it said that Callie's gone missing? Well, we can clearly see her on top of the poster, but now she's wearing these strange glasses. Most Splatoon fans believe that Callie has been kidnapped and brainwashed by the Octarians. But I've been doing some thinking about this, and I think there's more to this story than we think. So I've written my theory on what happened to Callie in the style of a fanfic. Have a listen. Arowana Mall was busy today, bustling with sea creatures young and old. With so many stores to go to and its reputation as a former stage for turf wars, it was a great place for Inklings to socialize. One Inkling in particular was in a very happy mood. Though most don't recognize her these days, it was Callie Cuttlefish, one of the famous Squid Sisters, who once entertained Incomplice's citizens alongside her cousin Marie. Speaking of which, Callie had just finished shopping with her, and was making her way back to their apartment. Then, the conversation they had earlier popped back into her head. They did mention that their grandfather, Captain Cuttlefish, hadn't taken peeks out of his manhole recently. Though it was true this was no cause for alarm, Callie did feel a little worried about him. She thought for a minute. With that, she quickly found the captain's pothole and dove into it. Seconds later, she arrived in Octo Valley. Ironically, Octavio was still in the snow globe, grumpy as ever, but the old Inkling was still asleep in his bed. Or so it seemed. Callie did everything in her power to wake him up, from yelling as loud as she can into his ears to shaking him till he fell to the floor. But even when he did, no response. There was only one reason he wouldn't wake up after everything she did. Hearing her cries, the Autobot King quickly noticed the distraught Inkling. I hate to spoil your party, Callie, but that old hunk passed away last week. But Callie knew, deep inside, he was right. The captain was gone. It took her several hours, but she gave the captain a proper burial. Still, tears streamed down from her eyes like two rivers on her face. It's saddening, isn't it, Callie? True, but you do know we were once allies, right? Octavio seemed deep in thought about something. Are you really troubled by your grandfather's death? Are you certain it isn't just your grandfather that has been troubling you? Strangely enough, Octavio was right again. Whenever Callie saw Marie again, she would always get this sensation in her gut. Although she wasn't sure what it was, she knew she shouldn't be feeling that way towards Marie, so she would always try to hide it. But what was it? What's a Splatfest? At that point, she explained to Octavio what a Splatfest was, and how they worked. And she also told him how they all ended, with the Callie versus Marie Splatfest and how Marie won in the end. Perhaps you are still jealous of your cousin because she won. Well, if what you say about these Splatfests are true, then the only people you should be mad at are the Inklings. All of them. If the Inklings hadn't participated in the Splatfest, and they had just agreed to disagree, you and Marie's lives would be much better nowadays, would they? You may not believe that, but I am telling you the truth. The Inklings are responsible for your suffering. At that moment, Callie, frightened by what Octavio had said, swam back into the pothole and back into Inkopolis. And as she left, Octavio cackled a laugh so sinister it echoed throughout Octo Valley like a loudspeaker in a cave. That night, Marie was fast asleep, but Callie was still up, haunted by what Octavio had said to her. Callie let this question sink into her head as she thought about the Splatfest and what happened before and after that. She suddenly realized something. The entire time she was on Inkopolis News, she never liked Marie's sarcastic and negative attitude. Sometimes, she wished that Marie would just lighten up, and she thought the final Splatfest would bring that message to her. But it didn't. And later on, this Splatfest would rocket them to rank society to new heights. Yet, it's exactly what tore them apart. It's why they've barely seen each other since the final Splatfest. If no one had participated in the Splatfest, they could have agreed to disagree and move on with their lives. This brought Callie to a dark conclusion. The next morning, Marie left for a trip to Calamari County. Callie told her that she wished she could come, but she had a very important meeting she couldn't miss. She went to work as usual, making guest appearances in shows for both kids and adults. But that night, instead of getting ready to meet Marie, she grabbed her roller and headed down to Octo Valley. Octavio was still in a snow globe, fast asleep, when he heard someone come out of the pothole that led to Inkopolis. In an instant, he saw a stranger lifting their roller up like a baseball bat, then swinging it as hard as they could, smashing the snow globe into pieces. Octavio immediately fell to his side and shouted, "Who are you?" But then, he quickly recognized the black-haired Inkling girl from yesterday. "What do you want? Are you here to kill me?" Then, strangely enough, the girl gave him a villainous grin and said something Octavio thought she'd never say. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed that story. I'd say it was pretty interesting myself. But there is one thing we should keep in mind. Don't think this is really what happens in Splatoon 2. I could be right, I could be wrong, but this is just my take on Callie's corruption. If you did enjoy it though, then make sure to like and subscribe for more content like this. So until then, this is Derek Johnson, signing out.